Today I'm going to show you how to prep your English paper piecing shapes for the whip stitching part. And I prefer to do the hand tacking method. And the reason I like that is because it creates this really nice little locking stitch that holds everything in place nicely. The other methods you can use is you can do glue basting, or you could do a basting stitch where you're going through all the layers. But the reason I like this method is because it creates this really nice, neat effect on the back. All your stitches stay in place. You don't have to rip them out after you're done with the shape. And you don't have edges that peel up. It just gives you a really nice effect. So that's my favorite method, but I always encourage people to try all different kinds of methods to see what they prefer. So first of all, I'm going to start I'm going to use a Milliner's number 9 needle. It's a little bit longer. I like Milliner's needles, or they're called straw needles because they're a little bit easier to work with. And I'm going to start by tying a quilter's knot. And I'm going to just do that real quick here, but I have a video if you want to see that done close up. I usually use hand quilting thread because it's just a little bit heftier and it doesn't tangle as much for this part. You can just use a neutral colored thread. I'm using black today so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with my shape. I always punch a hole in it first so that it makes it easier to pop the shape out when you're done. I often use either a crochet hook or even these blunt pointed scissors work really well for getting in and popping that shape out. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll lay your shape on your fabric, and I'm gonna fold it in and hold it in place with Clover Wonder clips. And I love them. They're so nice to use and make it really easy. You could use paper clips if you don't have Wonder clips handy. Okay, so I'm gonna work around clockwise, and my needle is always gonna go pointing to the left as I stitch. So I turn the first edge under. Now I'm gonna fold this next edge under, and the needle goes in right at the fold and then comes out, and I pull the thread through. All right, and then I'm gonna work my way around, do the exact same thing, fold and then go in and come back out. All right, and you just keep working your way around. I'll slide the clip over here a little bit so that I have a little bit better space. And then I'm gonna fold again and fold over and do the exact same thing. And as you can see, I'm creating this little locking stitch that holds everything nice and taut. Okay, and I'll just keep working around, do a couple more stitches. And then I'm gonna just take my last stitch and I'll just do one stitch on top of it and then kind of bring my needle underneath the thread so that the tail stays on the inside. All right, and I have all my stitches done. So then I'll just snip off the thread and I'm good to go. And I forgot to use my thimble, but this is my favorite thimble. I love to use this Clover thimble. It works really great. It's comfortable and easy to use. All right, so that's how you prep your shapes for English paper piecing.